อะไร
You're in Braves country.
Good evening, Braves country. As I'm trying to figure out what the hell happened here. Well, I don't know what they've done, but the application's having a hard time. So, not really going to worry about it. Don't have much time for a pregame show anyways. And anyways, it is having one hell of a hard time. So, anyways, the point is this. If you look at the numbers right now, I think we're killing the pregame show. Not many people tune into the damn thing. And I've got to run around like a chicken with my head cut off to give you a 10-minute pregame show. So evidently folks prefer pregame shows elsewhere or whatever you're doing. That's fine. I'm going to quit spinning my wheels. We're still going to start doing the series preview. I think we'll do that, and then we'll just call it a day and go right into the game, because I'm not getting the help that I thought I was going to get on these pregame shows from other entities. And they're really busy at the time that these games are starting to start, so there's really no way for me to do all this by myself, and it's kind of dingy for me to keep spinning my wheels. But real quick, just so you know what's going on, Marcell Ozuna is not in the lineup tonight, and they're saying it's nothing to worry about, that it's not a big deal, that Snicker's not concerned about it. If he wasn't concerned about it, I feel like he'd be in the lineup. So I feel like all that's a bunch of nonsense. And we've seen this before with the Braves and their front office and their managers, where they'll tell you not to worry about it, and then a few days later, or 2 weeks later, 10 days later, 7 days later, whenever, the guy finally goes on the damn IL. And it's been a lack of leadership from across the board for the last few years. And if I don't see him in the lineup tomorrow, then I'm going to say that they're lying to us. And I don't know what they get out of lying to folks, but we saw it yesterday during the game. I said something immediately. I noticed other outlets didn't bring it up till much later. But the point is, he was running gingerly down to first base. Now, he went first to third. But even with that being said, they took him out of the game to pinch hit. Now, granted, we were down by 5 in the ninth, and that might have had a lot to do with it. But he's not in the lineup today. So I think it is a much bigger deal than what they're letting on. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how they proceed. But tonight, he's not in the lineup. I don't think he's going to be available either. And if you look at this lineup, this is a very light-hitting lineup from, we'll say, past Sean Murphy. And he's been hot, but the last few years he hasn't been that good. So you've got a very top-heavy lineup. It's starting off with Ozzie, Riley, and Olsen. And then it goes to Murphy, and he's been swinging the bat well. I'm not taking that away from him. But I do know what we've seen over the last few years, and I've got to see much more than just 1 week of plate appearances to think that he's all of a sudden figured it out. De La Cruz is your number 5 hitter. He's your DH. That is a concern. Now, there's a left-hander on the mound. They've never seen this left-hander, and so they're probably just trying to stack as many right-handed bats as they can. But with that being said, we know how bad Harris hits against lefties, and he's batting, 6th in the lineup tonight? Then you've got Fairchild and Allen and Eli White. I still don't know what Nick Allen has to do to get higher in the lineup. The guy's the only one hitting above 300 in our entire lineup, and they got him batting 8th. And I know he's not going to go out there and rip the cover off the ball, but if he could set the table, that would be kind of nice on a night where you don't have Murphy. Honest engine with the lefty pitching. I really think they should have thought about putting Eli either Nick Allen at either leadoff or as a table setter at the number 2 spot to bunt Ozzie over if he gets on. Because you get down to the bottom of the lineup and you got a lot of weak bats. You've got Fairchild, Allen, and Eli. That's back to back to back of guys who aren't likely to tear up the OPS. And they're all being built on speed, and to have all three of them back to back to back to back like that is a little nonsensical. But it's what they're throwing out there today. There's nothing we can do about it. And we'll go ahead and do the pick to click real quick.
Can you predict what will come in 100 years, or in 10, or in the next minute? Some people think they can. Nuclear scientists, mathematicians, astronomers, biologists. Because they see beyond the known dimensions of time and space.
All right, so we'll go ahead and hit the pick to click. I'm going to go with Riley just because he's hitting second, and it's a left-hander on the mound, and Riley's been swinging the bat well. There's really is no other reasoning for it. That's my reasoning for picking Riley. And we'll do the rest of it when we come back. Pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves coming your way. Like I said, we're going to kill the pregame show. I've had it on my mind the last few days because not a lot of folks come in before the game, so there's really no real point for me to do it to just talk to 10 people when we can cover all that stuff. And then as soon as the game starts, you always got some knucklehead asking the same 30 questions that we just went over in the pregame show. So numbers never lie. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
Like me, you can't smoke like me. So don't try and be like me. Let's party together.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
We have been hoodwinked, bamboozled, and flat out deceived.
Why did you get so drunk?
You got drunk. I'm just really exhausted.
What's in that cup?
Rum and Cokes.
Do you have any idea how important this is? We're trying to save the bubble. Really, this is what you're doing? This is what you're doing?
Baseball is a beautiful thing. It's more beautiful in an old park. It's asymmetrical and quirky. But even in a dome with artificial turf, it's beautiful. The way the field fans out, the choreography of the sport, the pace and rhythm of it, the fact that that pace and rhythm allows for conversation and reflection and opinion and comparison.
In right field, the crowd is tormenting Strawberries, singing Darryl, Darryl. Little roller up along first, behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win. And there's a fly ball deep to left. It's on its way. There it goes, and the Yankees are going to the World Series. Aaron Boone.
Ground ball stabbed by Folk. He has it. He underhands to first for the first time in 86 years. The Red Sox have won baseball world championship. Can you believe it?
It's a pastime, something you do. It's entertainment, something you watch. And it's a shared experience, something you talk about and read about. But you can apply those same three criteria to other things. What makes baseball special is that it's the best game that's ever been devised.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy.
Sure as God made green apples, someday
the Chicago Cubs are going to be in the World Series.
A little bouncer slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it toward Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series.
Cubs win! What a lucky break! The good Lord wants the Cubs to win!
How can you not be romantic about baseball?
If baseball is about caring, about loyalty and rivalry,
Braves fans are on their feet hoping for some kind of a bleeder or a seeing-eye single. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball hit high and deep down the right field line. It's going back, back, back. Is it fair? Is it zip, boom, bam, it's gone! Ram-a-lam-a ding-dong, a 3-run shot, and your Atlanta Braves have taken a 1-run lead. She's gone, baby!
There's a very peaceful thing. It was created and played in pastures and meadows. There's grass, there's outdoors, there's everything that people thought was American and feel about America you get in a ballpark. And it's the wonder of walking through that dark tunnel and seeing a huge open space where men play the little boy's game.
I believe in the Church of Baseball. I've tried all the major religions and most of the minor ones. I know things. For instance, there are 108 beads in a Catholic rosary and there are 108 stitches in a baseball. I prefer metaphysics to theology. You see, there's no guilt in baseball, and it's never boring. It's a long season and you gotta trust it. I've tried them all, I really have. And the only church that truly feeds the soul day in, day out is the Church of Baseball.
Swung line drive left field. 1 run is in. Here comes Reed. Here's the throw to the plate. He is safe.
You're in Braves country.
If there's a bigger thing going on right now, I don't know what it is. We're down to 1 strike here. Gurriel, the last hope for the Houston Astros. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, bounced over to Dansby. Dansby fires it over to first, and here comes the dog pile. Fire the cannons in the battery. Do the chop all throughout Braves country. Pop that top. Your Atlanta Braves have won it all.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We direct your attention now to home plate. Please remain standing. We call your attention to our bands here today. They will be jointly directed. And now, another fixture, our national anthem.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose what stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we once were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red there, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Play ball! At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce today's teams as participants in this historic game.
keep playing like this, we'll be the laughing stock of the league.
All right, boys, let's get back to basics. This is a baseball. The object of the game is to keep the baseball within the confines of the...
You're in Braves country.
On a beer? 7 o'clock in the morning. Scotch?
Hey, howdy, hi, and how the hell are you? Pull up an armchair, girls and boys, and join us for Braves Country Baseball. You're listening live as the Braves are on the road. We're set to bring you pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves. Hi, I'm Mac McGee. Here's your starting lineups for today's action. Leading off and playing second base, it's Ozzie Albies. Batting .250 on the year with 3 home runs, 8 RBI, 2 stolen bases. Batting second, Austin Riley. 2 home runs, 6 RBI, batting .274. Sean Murphy is batting cleanup behind home plate. He's 5 for 19 on the year with 3 home runs and 6 RBI. Brian De La Cruz batting fifth, the designated hitter. He's got a .205 average, 1 stolen base. Michael Harris II patrolling center field for your Atlanta Braves. He has 2 home runs, 6 RBI, 2 stolen bases, batting .214. Stuart Fairchild is in right field, batting 7th. He's 1 for 12 on the season. Nick Allen, batting .321, and yet batting 8th, is the shortstop. He has an RBI and 3 stolen bases. Eli White, batting 9th, 1 for 7 on the year, batting .143. On the mound for your Atlanta Braves, it's Grant Holmesday. He's 0-1 with a 4.0 ERA, a 1.67 whip, 9 innings, 7 hits, 11 strikeouts, 8 walks, 1 home run served. He'll be going head-to-head with Easton Lucas. The youngster is 2-0 with a shiny 0.00 ERA, a 0.68 whip, 10 1/3 innings, 4 hits allowed, 11 strikeouts, 3 walks, no home run served. Backing up Lucas in the bottom of the first inning, it's Bo Bichette. He's playing shortstop with 10 RBIs, no home runs, no stolen bases, batting .314. Batting second, playing first, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. His first home game since his long contract extension of 14 years, $500 million. He has a .302 average, no home runs, 7 RBI. Santander batting third, the designated hitter. 1 home run, 3 RBI, batting .190. Jimenez is batting cleanup and playing second. He has 3 home runs, 8 RBI, 5 stolen bases, batting .241. Clement is at third and batting fifth. 4 RBI, 1 stolen base, batting .194. Roden is in left field, batting sixth. He has a .250 average with 2 RBI. Straw is in center field and batting seventh. A .375 average, 2 RBI, 1 stolen base. Nukes in right field is batting 8th. 190 clip, 3 RBI. And Heineman is behind home plate and batting 9th. He's 9 for 19 on the year with a .474 average. 1 home run, 2 RBI, 1 stolen base. Calling balls and strikes tonight behind home plate, it's Ben May. Your first base umpire, Roberto Ortiz. Second base will be manned by Bill Miller, and down the third base line, it's Chad Fairchild. We're expecting the roof to be closed today, as it is in the 40s and there is a chance of rain here in Toronto. Atlanta Braves come in 4-11 on the season. Blue Jays 9-7. Atlanta looking for their first road series win. The Atlanta Braves come in as a virtual pick'em out in the desert. They're -115 on the money line. The over-under is 9.5. Our pick to click tonight, well, this is going to be a tough one. Once again, the Braves have never faced Easton Lucas, as the rookie only has 2 starts. So we are going off the idea that he's a left-hander, and our hottest right-handed batter has become Austin Riley, and he's batting second. We'll go with the rake to click, and the Braves hopefully will get some runs out of this mash unit lineup. Give me the Atlanta Braves to win this one 5-3. Put your click in the chat, slap that like, and let's get ready, Braves Country. We'd like to thank everybody for choosing Braves Country Radio, and a special thanks to all the country club members. Please like on your way in and subscribe, set those alerts, and share Braves Country Radio to help build the crowd so we can continue to bring you the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Well, it's about that time. Grab you a cold one. Find you an armchair. Atlanta Braves Baseball right here on Braves Country Radio. Your modern-day superstation is in its 5th season of bringing you pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves and our one-of-a-kind production. Take us anywhere you go for over 170 Atlanta Braves ball games. Please like and subscribe today. Join the Country Club. Thank you to all the Country Club members. You help support Braves Country Radio.
Get this bus moving. Stop. Come back. Too late.
Roll call! Yeah, roll call!
You're in Braves country.
Good evening, Braves Country. Still trying to get the kinks worked out on the next level membership. So we got some emails shot out to YouTube. It didn't produce what we thought it was going to produce, if you're wondering. You see that at the top of the chat. Good evening, Hellion and Willis. What you talking about, Willis? Gary the Real McCoy. 904 Jags. Charlie Elrod. Daniel Berry. Floyd Donnelly. Good to see y'all. Robert. Edward Spry. Mark Ricky Ricardo. Ron Boris. Boris, you might get some takers on that. A lot of people are not happy with Anthopoulos' management of the bullpen this year. I'm not one of them, but I've heard the complaints. We are just about set for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves. And, yeah, Marcell Ozuna is not playing. And you were with us yesterday. I mentioned what the deal was, and I did it again during the pregame show, so we won't go back over that again. He was pulled yesterday, and they're being mum's the word, but it's not. I don't care what they say. There's something going on when he's not in the lineup. He plays every day because he's a designated hitter, and he always plays, and they pulled him. He didn't get his last at bat yesterday, if you were with us. He gave up and did other things, understood, but he wasn't in the lineup yesterday as the game ended. He's not in the lineup today. So there you have that. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, our 3D presentation should be back, assuming they have it north of the border. You never know. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country. Hey, Braves Country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. America's patriotic light lager, all natural ingredients. Stand tall, be proud. The perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. America's patriotic light lager, offering a crisp, clean, bold taste. Perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. A beer with only 110 calories that tastes like a full-flavored beer and celebrates like freedom. Hey, Braves Country, this is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Join the Country Club today. Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the Country Club today. It helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Hey, Braves Country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. From the mountains to the prairies to your pint glass with white foam, we're bringing back beer with a backbone. All that matters in our brew is taste and a touch of American excellence. American Rebel Beer, born in the USA.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the radio news.
Sit quietly and we will control all that you see and hear. There is nothing wrong. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension, a dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both things and ideas. You've just crossed over into
Adventures in Time and Space.
We offer you Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
Hi, folks. Join us now for another Braves ball game. Yes, sir. This is the one we've been waiting for. This is it. This makes you feel like it's spring and baseball, no more measles, and free tickets to the circus.
You're in Braves country.
This is a reminder. Disorderly conduct will not be tolerated. Please respect your fellow fan and refrain from any unruly behavior. Failure to comply with these guidelines will result in ejection.
Good evening, Braves Country. Grant Holmes on the hill tonight. We're going to up against a youngster named Easton Lucas, and we've never seen him before. Southpaw. From everything I've seen, he throws the ball pretty hard, and he has a 0.00 ERA, so we'll see how that plays out tonight. You'd think the law of averages would mean he's going to give up some runs tonight, but the way this Braves offense has been going, and then with the absence of Marcell Ozuna, it's a dicey situation. We kind of reset the bullpen, and Aaron Bummer is back from bereavement list, so they sent Peterson back down. So, with that being said, if they'd like to get 5 or 6 strong out of Grant Holmes and then turn it over to the pen. But Holmes has not gone that long this year. Four innings appears to be his top angle. We'd like to see that next step. We'd like to see him go ahead and hit the 5 inning, then to the 6th inning. Braves are wearing their road grays with Atlanta across the chest, tomahawk underneath, outlined in navy, all in red, same as the numerals on the back. A little bit of yellow in the tomahawk towards the top of the axe. We'll have the classic blue ball caps, blue bill, the white A representing the city of Atlanta. Going head-to-head versus the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays are wearing their classic Blue Jays uniform today with the white pants, blue top, Blue Jays across the chest. And the Blue Jay logo down below the left part of the chest. Blue ball cap with the Blue Jay logo on the front, blue bill. Easton Lucas firing his final warm-up tosses. We are back to the 3D as we got out of that that ballpark. Well, we should be back here in a second. Sometimes it takes a second for it to load. The game is not quite started. There it goes. We are just about set for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves. Around the diamond, you got Clement, Bichette, Jimenez, and Guerrero playing first. Heineman down back behind home plate. In the outfield, it's Roden, Straw, and Lukes. Appears to be a very sparse crowd, but they may just be getting in off the work day. Not really sure how that works out here. Haven't played a ton of games in Toronto in recent memory. Ozzie Albies is coming to the plate. He'll be from the right side with an open stance. The home plate umpire, Ben May. First base umpire is Roberto Ortiz. You got Bill Miller at second. And down the third base line is Chad Fairchild, in case you missed the opening introductions. Lucas, the left-hander, comes set. And the first pitch on the way is swung on and pops it up. Ozzie Albies has never seen this guy in his entire life when he swings at the very first pitch. 1 out, F5 in your scorecard. That's the kind of stuff you would like to see the new hitting coach get right into him about. I still think some of these guys, the leftovers of these guys, they still have that mindset from back when Freddie Freeman was on this team and he was always first pitch hunting. But certain guys can do that and certain guys shouldn't do that. First pitch on the way to Riley's a 94-mile-an-hour fastball. Up top for a strike, it's 0-1. So then you really put Riley into a position to where he feels like he can't swing early in the count, because if he does and he gets out, then Olsen. And so your leadoff hitter should not be swinging at the first pitch. The 0-1 pops it up, back foul out of play. It's 0-2. That's just the only difference is Ronald Acuna Jr. because we know who he is and what he is. But all in all, if you're going to have a leadoff guy there at the top of the order, he ought to be someone who's going to work the count and let the other guys see the pitches. The 0-2, 95 inside, four-seam just misses, 1-2. So a 1-2 count, lefty-righty. Ball is swung on and banged on the ground over to short. Should be an easy play for Bichette. He fires it over to first. Guerrero's got it. 6-3 put out. 2 away. 2 down. Lucas will now face Matt Olson. Lucas just 5 pitches so far. First pitch on the way. Floats a slider right there for a strike. It's 0-1. He has a 4-pitch mix, does Lucas. He's got a 4-seamer, a change, a slider, and a sweeper. He leans on that 4-seamer quite a bit at 57%. The 0-1. There is that 4-seamer up top. 1-1. 1-1 count. The change in the slider come in at 19% and 16% respectively. As the 1-1's down and away 2-1. And he'll use that sweeper just to keep you honest. He's thrown it this year at about 8%. The 2-1 pitch. Lucas brings it. High and inside. Ball 3. 3-1. Standing on deck is Sean Murphy. Lucas comes set, the 3-1 pitch. Fastball right down the pipe. Outer edge, full count. Same two teams back at it tomorrow night, 7:07 first pitch, and then you've got a getaway day, 1:07 on Wednesday. The 3-2 misses high and out of the zone, ball 4, so a good at bat by Matt Olson. Works himself a 6-pitch walk, and at least he's able to run that pitch count up a little bit. Sean Murphy will be your batter. First pitch on the way to Sean is swung on. That ball's belted deep into left field. If that could have stayed straight, it would have been gone, but it was plenty foul. It's 0-1. We'll change the scene so you can see the action on the field. The 0-1 swing. That ball's belted high and deep. Going back on the track. Zip, boom, bam, it's gone! Ram-a-lam, a ding-dong, a 2-run shot. And Sean Murphy puts the first runs of the year on the young southpaw. The Braves jump out to 8. 2-0 lead, 429 happy feet later. His 4th home run of the year, 8th RBI. Came off the bat at a scalding 106 miles an hour. That's one thing we've been missing, is an early lead. De La Cruz, the batter, first pitch on the way, 96 on the outer edge. It's 0-1. Philly leads San Francisco 3-0. They are in the 2nd inning. The 0-1. 94 inside. Went around. 0-2. De La Cruz batting just .205 on the year. No home runs, no RBI. An OPS of just .493. Getting the start because of the left-hander. The 0-2. Swing, rifles it foul. Do it again. He's got 20 home run power. I mean, he's not a guy that, when he was with Miami, you could count on him to be a pretty good, decent slugger in the bottom part of the order. Never going to win a Silver Slugger award, as the 0-2's down and in. 1-2. He just gotten off to a really slow start. He's had a couple of good at-bats here and there, but all in all, nothing. The 1-2. Doinks it off the dirt outside, 2-2. 2-2 count. Lucas comes set. Delivers. Swing. Hits it into center field, but it's going to be right at the center fielder, Miles Straw, and that'll end the inning. But not for your Atlanta Braves. Put 2 on the board. The Smurf goes yard for a Smurfy Monday. We'll be back in a flash.
My wife was like, "You never listen to anything I say." Well, yeah, because why would I listen to someone who chose an autistic man-child as her husband? Goofy ass.
Whoa, what the hell is that?
10 years ago?
We poisoned you, dude, remember? Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, we got really sick.
You know, who's to say we didn't put that very same poison in the drinking water?
Everybody, relax. He's lying. He doesn't have any poison.
No, I don't have any on me, but I do keep some in my fridge at home in the relish jar.
There's poison in that jar? I thought I was allergic to pickles. What's in the jar with the skull and crossbones?
Well, that's mayonnaise. That's a decoy.
And the mayo?
That's shampoo.
You telling me I've been putting shampoo on my sandwiches?
If you're using the mayonnaise, yeah, probably.
I knew I was going to retire at the All-Star break, but I didn't say anything. I think I retired with maybe a week to go in the season. That's when I had my announcement that I wasn't going to come back.
I mean, this is my decision. I had known I didn't want to play anymore. I was ready to accept the fact that I'm not the player I once was. But when you've been doing something for 23 years, 24 years professionally, 20 years in the major leagues, and you say goodbye, it's difficult.
It was emotional, understanding that stage of George's baseball life was coming to an end.
Still, before walking away, there was time for one final farewell in Kansas City.
There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Get a good look at him.
Chance for the fans who he'd thrilled all those years to say thanks.
Hopefully we can have a lot of fun tonight, go out with a bang and spend the rest of my life in Kansas City. Thank you all so much.
Got up and got a base hit my last at bat.
For a base hit. George Brett has finished with a base hit.
These fans in Kansas City, they love that man.
A salute to George Brett one more time here in Kansas City as he winds up his great career here at Kauffman Stadium.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way from Grant Holmes is fouled off by Bo Bichette into the crowd down the first base line. It's 0-1. Grant Holmes Day here on Braves Country Baseball. The 0-1. Swing. That ball's roasted over towards short, but a good play by Allen will get him. 6-3 put out. One away.
I play real sports, not trying to be the best at exercising. I'm Teddy Powers! I'm the man who has the ball, so that is why I am better than everyone in the world.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. getting a standing ovation from the crowd. And if you don't follow Major League Baseball news or the Blue Jays, it is because this is his first at bat since signing the extension that will keep him a Toronto Blue Jay for 14 seasons. 14 years, $500 million. First pitch on the way to Guerrero is 94 up top. It's 0-1. Both of the pitchers today, the over-under on the strikeout was 4.5 out in Vegas. The 0-1. Right there at the knees, 95. 1-1 count. The 0-2 swung on and pounded. That ball's going back on the track. Making the catch at the wall is Michael Harris II. Whew, good night, Irene. He almost put one on the board. Harris caught it right there at the 400 mark, just left of the 400 mark. So we'll say that ball went about 398 feet. Harris comically put his arms out like he was spread eagle as he went into the wall. 2 down. Santander, ex-Baltimore Oriole, the batter. First pitch on the way. Slider up top for a strike. It's 0-1. He's put a couple of home runs on the Braves over the last few years while he was with the Orioles. The 0-1. He's hitting 190 so far this year with 1 home run. Pitch on the way. Swung on and dribbled out in front of home plate, but I believe it went off his foot. It did. It's 0-2. 0-2 count. Braves 2, Blue Jays nothing as we're just getting going here. If you're just joining us, a Sean Murphy 2-run shot got the scoring going in the first inning. The 0-2, swing, chops it over to second. Ozzie has it. He'll flip it over to first, and that'll end the inning. So 1, 2, 3. We'll go to the bottom, or to the top of the second, I should say. Here in Toronto, Braves country leading it 2-0.
We haven't collaborated on anything together since we wrote the spring musicale in prep school.
Did get us out of gym class.
December 16th, the Boston Tea Party turned colonial resistance into open defiance in 1773. Tensions had escalated after Britain imposed the Tea Act, allowing the East India Company a monopoly to sell tea directly to the colonies at reduced price, but with a tax, which colonists saw as a violation of their rights. When the Dartmouth, loaded with tea, docked in Boston Harbor, its captain faced an impossible dilemma. Colonial protesters prevented him from unloading, yet the law required him to offload and leave port within 20 days or face seizure of his cargo, for which he would then be financially liable. To save the captain and strike a blow against British authority, the Sons of Liberty, led by Samuel Adams, John Hancock, and Joseph Warren, met at the Old South Meeting House to plan their bold move. The night before the deadline, Paul Revere led a gang dressed as Mohawk warriors to the harbor, boarded the Dartmouth and 2 other ships, and dumped all 342 chests of tea into the water, worth millions in today's dollars. This act of defiance infuriated Parliament, which responded with a coercive acts, punishing Massachusetts but uniting the colonies in their march toward revolution.
Good friend of mine, Hank Bauer. I remember him saying all the time, talking about players that couldn't play in his ear. He should kiss home plate every time he gets to the ballpark. As soon as I saw him, I said, I gotta go kiss home plate. And I did. Then my career was over. Pretty cool.
2 decades with one franchise. Too many hard-to-believe moments to count. In 1999, for George Brett, the sense was that all of it would add up to baseball immortality in Cooperstown.
The night before you get the call, my wife had talked to somebody there. Okay, tomorrow they're going to call between 10 and 11:30. Okay, fine. You know, phone rings about 10:30. I'm, okay, have you heard anything yet? Nope. About 10:45, phone rings. Somebody else calling. 11:45, nothing. I'm saying to myself, well, how long do I got to sit around here and wait? They might not be calling. I'm not going to sit here all day. 10 minutes later, they called.
You're home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. First pitch, swing and a miss, strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires down below the knees. 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Lefty, lefty. The infield is back into the right. Pitch on the way. Misses. 2-1. The 2-1. Kicks and fires. Swing. Belts it backwards. 2-2. So a 2-2 count. What was that clown's name? MK? So you know it's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, fisted back. We'll do it again. Message from Jason says you get 24-hour ban if you do it again. You got a lifetime. So I don't know what you did, but he's law around these parts. The 2-2. Down and in, 3-2. So a full count. Braves lead it 2-0 off a Sean Murphy home run. The payoff pitch, swing, belts it high and deep down the line. Looks like San Francisco has taken a 3-run lead. I don't know what happened, but in the second inning, it looks like that the Giants did to Taijuan Walker what I was expecting the Braves to do. They put 6 on the board on him. The payoff pitch, 94, just outside wide ball 4. And Harris, I'm telling you, when they take him out of that leadoff role, he gives better at bats every time. I don't know what it is, but it's just a different mentality, I guess. So he'll head down to first, and with the threat of the steal, will change your view. First pitch on the way. It's swung on, chopped over to third, and it's going to be a 5, 4, 3 rally kill and double play. Stuart Fairchild swings at the first pitch he sees and rings himself up for 2 outs here in the second. That part has not changed that we have seen with the new hitting coach. We were told that we were getting a guy who's going to teach him how to eat pitches and work the count, and we're seeing the same old stuff. And that's a guy who's new to the organization. First pitch on the way. Check swing foul back behind home plate. It's on 1. Lefty righty. Lucas at just 29 pitches, so he's okay on that front. He had a long first inning, but the Braves double play there, and this pop-up, get him out in just a few pitches, and that'll easily calm down his pitch count. Well, back to the drawing board. We head to the bottom of the second, leading by 2 here in Braves country.
Ruby, what do you want? Hamburger? French fries? Fart. Ruby!
I'm sorry, is there something that I can do for you people?
Yeah, we came to tell you we're reigniting the rivalry, worm.
Let's back up! You know what? I am not your rival, okay? I never was.
Looks like someone's scared, guys.
Now you're just being childish.
Oh, yeah?
Give me a phrase that somebody born after the year 2000 wouldn't understand.
You know, if you dial *67, they can't track your number?
No, ma'am. Please.
Be kind. Rewind.
This is a boy. This is a girl.
What time is the movie? I don't know. Let's call and ask.
Oh, no, if it's not working, you've just got to blow on it, right? Yeah, no. Pull it out, turn it upside down, you know, and then just jam it back in there. That'll work.
Smoking or non-smoking?
Can't really think of a phrase, but I can think of a noise.
And then, they told me, and it was pretty emotional at the house.
I think we all thought it was probably going to happen, but until that phone rang, until he got the call, we didn't know for sure. And then it was just like a whirlwind.
Police escort to the downtown airport, get on a private plane, fly to New York. How cool was that?
It was amazing. It was really a great, fun summer. Great memories.
1999 Hall of Fame inductee, George Brett.
To have one of the biggest honors bestowed upon you, it's a pretty special weekend. It's a weekend I'll never forget.
The great George Brett.
It kind of reminds you of the 7th game of the World Series, I'm sweating you. You have all this anxiety and nervousness in your system and tension that you just can't wait to get it over with.
Please like and subscribe today, youtube.com/@BravesCountry. Welcome back. First pitch on the way is right there for a strike on the outer edge. It's 0-1. The 0-1, swing and a miss, 0-2. So an 0-2 count, cutter up top. Grant Holmes will show you a 5-pitch mix. Likes to lean on that 4-seamer and the curve slider quite a bit. The 0-2 misses high, 4-seam fastball, 95, 1-2. The 4-seamer comes in at about 42% of the time, curve 30%, and the slider at 24%. He does have a change in a cutter, but combined, he throws him 4% of the time. The 1-2 curveball in the dirt evens up the count. Two count. Righty, lefty. Holmes comes, set, brings it. Swing, that ball sliced down the line, foul. Jimenez, the home run leader for the team, for the Toronto Blue Jays coming into today. He's got 3 home runs. Second baseman. You might remember him from his days in Cleveland. The 2-2, swing, hammered into right field, but not very far. Stuart Fairchild walks over, maybe 3 or 4 steps, makes the catch, one away. 1 down. And Ernie Clement, batting 194, stands in. First pitch on the way, swung on, pops it up. High down the first base line, coming over, overhead attempt. Matt Olson makes the catch. I mean, if you can't see that, then I'm going to tell you, look just like Willie Mays back in 54. If you can see that, then, just to go along with it. That was a difficult play, though. He's having to deal with a stadium he has not played much in recently. The ball's over his shoulder, so he's trying to find his bearings and make the catch. Good play by Matty. First pitch on the way. He's 95 on the inside. It's 1-0. 1-0. Righty-lefty. Alan Roden, your batter. Batting 250. The 1-0 inside. Cutter misses. 2-0. So a 2-0 count. Comes set and brings it. Slider right there on the outer edge. Ball 3-0. That one came in at about 86 miles an hour. Infield is back into the right. Grant Holmes, 5 up, 5 down so far. The 2-1, chop foul to it, too. Good curveball. Braves have 3 here, and then we head back home to face the Twins, who are taking on the Mets in Minnesota this week. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him with the curveball that fell off the table, and that'll end the inning. 6 up, 6 down. All right. Grant Holmes doing his thing here in Braves country.
I've seen a lot of people talking about this, but I'd like to chime in. Black Friday's become an insult. Okay, the younger generation is never going to understand. They're going to be like, I heard in 2010 that somebody punched an elderly woman in the face for a TV. Yeah, because it was 80% off. It wasn't like 5% off with 0 interest. That's a Labor Day sale. That's a Memorial Day weekend sale. That's not Black Friday. Black Friday should make me walk into the store and go, holy f***, I'll wrestle somebody for this
Duval. He's workshopping his Duval right now. Yes. Hopefully he'll have it ready for the road at some point soon. Duval.
Give me a phrase that somebody born after the year 2000 wouldn't understand.
I sure hope nobody calls and somebody answers the phone and it kicks me offline.
Yeah, so I was driving up and I realized I forgot my CDs at home. I had no music in the car. None.
Get off the internet. I need to call your grandmother.
Yes, ma'am.
I just lost the game.
The Cowboys are headed to the Super Bowl.
Thank you.
And then, they told me, and it was pretty emotional at the house.
I think we all thought it was probably going to happen, but until that phone rang, until he got the call, we didn't know for sure. And then it was just like a whirlwind.
Police escort to the downtown airport, get on a private plane, fly to New York. How cool was that?
It was amazing. It was really a great, fun summer, great memories.
1999 Hall of Fame inductee, George Brett.
To have one of the biggest honors bestowed upon you, it's a pretty special weekend. It's a weekend I'll never forget.
The great George Brett.
It kind of reminds you of the 7th game of the World Series, Not sweating yet. You have all this anxiety and nervousness in your system and tension that you just can't wait to get it over with.
Thank you for listening, liking, and subscribing to Braves Country Radio. Welcome back. First pitch on the way to Eli White. Book of Eli's going to smash that one in the gap, come around first, heading to second. The Book of Eli with the leadoff double. There's a fastball down in the zone. Probably got it up a little higher than he wanted to, just above the knees, below the belt. It's right in the wheelhouse of Eli White. He slaps it to center. Toronto probably doesn't realize, the Toronto fans probably don't realize how fortunate they are. He's only standing on second. Normally, he hits one like that, Eli's at third, but that ball came flying off the wall. First pitch on the way to Ozzie Albies is 85 on the outer cut. Changeup for a strike. It's 0-1. Infield. He's back into the left. We'll go ahead and change the view for you real quick. The 0-1. Fists it. Over towards right center field. Drifting back, making the easy catches. Jimenez for out number 1. Ozzie trying to do the right thing and hit it towards the right side. Just got jammed a little bit. One down, and Austin Riley, your batter. He's 0 for 1. First pitch on the way. Swing! That ball's belted high and deep. Going back on the track. Zip, boom, bam, it's gone! Ram-a-lamma, ding-dong! 2-run shot! His third of the year. 411 happy feet later, your Atlanta Braves.
You're my boy, Blue! Blue, you're my boy!
Where have these bats been, right? Matt Olson, the batter, first pitch on the way, swing and a miss, four-seam fastball. So when I was joking with someone earlier today, we saw that Ozuna wasn't in the lineup. I was like, I said, this will be the game that they get double digits because it makes no sense. The 0-1, down and away, 1-1. We're not there yet, but we're on a good pace. 4 runs in 2 1/3 innings. Lucas pitch count still not incredibly high. The 37th on the way, swung on and golfed down the left field line. It's 1-2. Well, how many of y'all? Oh, that's right, Edward. I did pick him to click. I just grabbed that one out. I was like, man, I've got no data to go on. He's been swinging the bat well, and he's going against the lefty. That's all I had. The 1-2, outside wide, 2-2. I forgot to say that click clacked, but 2-2 count. Atlanta Braves lead this one 4-0 on a Monday night. Pitch on the way, swing, just fights that one off. Full count. Wonder if any of y'all caught the end of the Masters yesterday. That was a heck of a finish. The 2-2 from Lucas. The wind up to pitch in the dirt. Good take. 3-2. But if he did swing at that, Olsen might be standing on first because that ball skipped all the way to the backstop. There's a lot of room behind home plate here at the Rogers Center. Beautiful facility here in Toronto. I really like the way they do their seats behind home plate. The payoff pitch. Misses high, ball 4. So he'll head on down to first. That's how you keep that line moving. Get that pitch count up. Good at bat again by Matt Olson. Sean Murphy, the batter. And all he did was plant one in the seats his first time up. They're going to have a real quick powwow out there on the mound with Eason. Lefty-righty matchup. Olsen standing at first. Here's the first pitch. In the dirt. Slider misses. Well of the zone. Down and in. It's 1-0. 1-0. Murph hitting his 4th home run of the year when he just came off the IL last week. 1-0. Right there at the knees. Good four-seamer. 1-1 count. Standing on deck is De La Cruz. Harris is in the hole. The 1-1 swing pops it back foul. 1-2. They could get the Murph from 2023, or the first half of 2023. It'd be a big burden left off of this, taken off of this team, put some runs on the board. I would suspect he's going to call tonight, tomorrow, and then Baldwin gets the day game. The 1-2 hit hard on the ground. That's going to be an easy 5-4-3 double play, as Murphy, one thing he doesn't do well is run. We'll be back in a flash. Braves lead it 4-0 after another 2-run jack. This time by the rake.
You guys need anything, let me know.
You got it. I'm Sean, by the way.
Jay. It's okay. All handled. This is my wife. This is Sean, and I want to get this right. Beautiful African name. Sean Mbadaway.
I said, by the way.
What are you going to tell your child when they come home from school crying because their best friend was just taken out of their classroom by an immigration agent?
Adios, muchacho.
There's no better feeling in the world than being able to drink a Diet Coke without some asshole telling you how bad it is for you.
There are 24 pitchers in the history of baseball who have hit the 300 win mark, with the last one being Randy Johnson in 2009. The longest we have gone without a 300 game winner is 20 years between Lefty Grove and Warren Spahn. Will anyone get to the 300 win mark in the near future? Currently, the only hope is Justin Verlander. This is very doable if he remains healthy, and that's a big if. So this brings me to my next question. Will there ever be another 300 game winner ever again? For a rookie to come in and reach that mark, they would need to win 20 games over 15 years. Highly unlikely. If we look more at longevity, it would take 20 years of 15 or more wins to reach that threshold. By the time a pitcher goes through college and the minors, they're usually in their early 20s. This means you would have to pitch into your 40s, which you don't see all that often anymore. If Verlander doesn't make it, I believe Cole would be our last hope. Agree or disagree? Let me know in the comments.
And it was so cool for him to go in with Robin and with Nolan.
Special day. Yeah.
If I was to literally hand-pick players to go in with, I don't think I could have hand-picked a better group.
4 great guys right here, right?
Yes.
4 great guys.
The hardest speech you'll ever have to make.
I have been sitting in the hot seat over here for about 2 hours, wondering if I was going to be able to get through this thing.
He did a great job.
Saquon Barkley. I swear Saquon Barkley is the best. Lord have mercy.
Welcome back. Grant Holmes goes back to work. First pitch on the way. Four-seam fastball misses wide of the zone. It's 1-0. Righty-righty matchup. The 1-0. Swing. Lifts it into right field. Drifting over. Making the catch well before the warning track in the corner. The Stuart Fairchild 1-1. 1-1 count. If you're just joining us, Braves lead it 4-0 off of 2 home runs. 1-2 home run by Murphy, 1-2 home run, 2-run home run by Riley is the first pitch to Lukes. The number 8 hitter's up top for a ball. It's 1-0. 1-0. Right there at the knees. 1-1. Olsen worked his way aboard with a walk in the first inning. Murphy drove him home as he hit the ball over the left field walls. 1-1, misses outside wide, 2-0. Then after Eli White doubled the lead off the third, Austin Riley drilled him home with a 2-run shot. The 2-1 swing. That ball's cracked down the line, but foul. Smacks up against the lot of netting that they have here at the Rogers Center. Their right field and left field stands kind of jet out as the 2-2 is rolled over. towards first. Olson's got it. He'll flip it to Holmes. And it's a 3-1 put out to away. So there's very little foul territory in the deep corners of the Rogers Center in the right field and left field line. But before you get to where the fans jet out, there's quite a bit of room, and there's a lot of room behind home plate. Two down. The batter is the Hind catcher, Heineman, and he drills the first pitch he sees. That ball's going back on the track. Back. Making the catch at the wall is Michael Harris II. 75% of the world is covered by water. The other 25 by the hawk.
Once it's turned on, the sign will spell out Deli Cat Essen.
December 17th, Orville and Wilbur Wright achieved the first powered manned flight at Kitty Hawk, North Carolina in 1903, realizing a dream pursued by inventors and visionaries for centuries. From medieval sketches of flying machines to Da Vinci's designs and 19th century gliders, humanity had long aspired to conquer the skies. The Wright brothers, bicycle mechanics from Dayton, Ohio, shared a passion for flight and combined their mechanical expertise with relentless experimentation. They developed the Flyer 1, a wood and fabric biplane with a lightweight gasoline engine and handcrafted propellers. Choosing Kitty Hawk for its steady winds and soft sand dunes, the brothers took turns piloting their creation. At 10:35 a.m., Orville flew the first successful flight, lasting 12 seconds and covering 120 feet. They made 4 flights that day, the longest by Wilbur stretching 852 feet in 59 seconds. Though modest in scale, this groundbreaking achievement marked the dawn of aviation, forever changing transportation and the world's future.
Other great town names. Lititz.
Oh, it's Lidditz.
DD Mega Doo-Doo.
Tell me your favorite team without telling me your favorite team, based on an opposing player or a team that broke your heart.
I thought his speech was great.
Thank you, Kansas City. Today concludes a long journey that has taken me from Southern California throughout America, and I stand humbly before you today in Cooperstown. It is such an honor to stand here and to be inducted with such good friends. I dreamt the same way Nolan did, and I dreamt the same way Robin did, and this is a dream come true.
The Hall of Fame, it's a fraternity like no other. It's like being in the clubhouse again. You just don't play the game.
Just won $1 million jackpot from a scratch-off where he bought the winning ticket.
Welcome back. De La Cruz will lead us off. Lefty righty as Easton Lucas goes back to work. First pitch misses outside for a ball. It's 1-0. Braves 4, Toronto nothing. The 1-0, swing and a miss. 1-1 count. Thanks for the kind words, Chris. Please make sure to subscribe and share the channel. The 1-1 swing, fouls it back. 1-2. We're trying to get to 40,000 by the All-Star break. That's the hope. Of course, you know what they say. Wish in one hand and you know what in the other. 1-2 count. De La Cruz 0 for 1 on the night. The 1-2, he rattles that ball foul down the right field line, plenty foul. Man, that seems like a really cool thing. In the very top of that stadium, they've got something called the Corona Rooftop Patio. Where's John? Is he here tonight? Or did he go on the road and go up there and watch that? Is he in that patio, the 1-2? Misses high, 2-2. Two count. Lucas, by the way, this will be his 51st pitch. Swing! That ball's rattled down the first base side. Plenty foul. I think it woke up Austin Riley. He's got a big smile on his face. They didn't show it, but I think it must have came pretty close because he's got a big Big old grin on his face. Might be because he had a home run earlier as well. The 2-2. Swing, chops it over towards the third base side. Do it again. Really feel like if we could get De La Cruz off the schneid and get him hitting, he's got a decent bat. I think he might be putting a lot of pressure on himself because knowing that impending doom is coming as the 2-2 is fouled back. We'll do it again. When Ronald Acuna Jr. comes back, somebody's losing their job. Now, I think it's probably going to be Fairchild, but you never know. It's still an open audition at this point. The 2-2. Lucas comes set, kicks in, brings it. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Chased one well out of the zone. A lot of people were bashing Kelenic on X today, and the only thing I'll say to that is they've got too much money invested in him. I don't think he's going to be the odd man out, and he's still really good defensively. He's a very good base runner. So it's going to be some version. Most likely, it'll be De La Cruz as the first pitch on the way to Harris is chopped over towards first, an easy out. G3 in your scorecard, 2 away. But if Fairchild can play well, he could work his way into the roster because he's definitely more athletic than De La Cruz. What De La Cruz has always offered, hypothetically, is a much more powerful bat. But Stuart Fairchild can definitely play the field as he comes to the plate. He's a great base runner. First pitch on the way is right there for a strike, sweeper in. It's 0-1. But he's a light hitting outfielder, and that's not necessarily. They've already got one of those in Eli White. The 0-1. Swing, rips it back foul. 0-2. Eli White rediscovering his infield glove this spring really opened up a lot of avenues for the Braves to have depth on that bench this year. That's why his job is safe, because you can put him almost anywhere except behind the plate or on the mound. The 0-2. Swing, fist back, a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Lucas is bringing it. Trying to get his first 1-2-3 inning of the day. Braves 4. Blue Jays nothing. Tomorrow is Schwellenbach Day. And then Spencer Strider returns on Wednesday. The 0-2 in the dirt, 1-2. That'll be a 107 first pitch. And for those of y'all who may be new to the channel, we are here for every game, pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves. Even if you can't catch the game, we appreciate anyone who wants to follow along and chat along in the chat. The 1-2, swung on, fouls it back, we'll do it again. Nothing else, Fairchild's making them work. Standing on deck is Nick Allen. This will be the 61st pitch for Easton Lucas. Pitch on the way, swing and a miss, 95. I mean, this kid can bring it. Strike 3, and that'll end the inning. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th, the top of the order, due up for the Blue Jays when we return.
Everyday readers, an almanac or Richard's Almanac. December 19th, Poor Richard's Almanac was first published in 1732. Writing under the pseudonym Richard Saunders, Benjamin Franklin chose the pen name, inspired by the humorously humble and fictitious Poor Richard, to connect with everyday readers. An almanac was a yearly publication providing weather forecasts, planting schedules, astrological information, and advice for daily living. Franklin's almanac stood out for its witty proverbs and practical wisdom, like early to bed and early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise, and a penny saved is a penny earned. Poor Richard's Almanac was an instant success success, selling tens of thousands of copies annually and becoming one of the most popular publications in colonial America. Franklin published it for 25 years till 1758, earning substantial profits that made him wealthy. By age 42, the polymath Franklin was able to retire from this printing business, devoting his time and passion to science, public service, and diplomacy. The almanac's humor and timeless wisdom cemented Franklin's reputation as a man of wit and practicality, leaving a legacy that remains celebrated today.
You could put 5 or 6 old Hall of Famers together and we could talk for 5 hours, 6 hours. You can give us a few beers and, you could double that. We all ate together in the plaque room. The feeling inside, you get your heart pumping a little bit. And you really sense how special it is to be a Hall of Famer.
It's really a respect that you have and that ties you together because you know the effort that it takes, the commitment that it takes to be an elite player. And I think it's really cool to say that George Brett is my friend.
It's definitely been a life changer. It's given me so many thrills to be able to go to Cooperstown now and call these guys my friends. That's the best part about it.
And man-made extinctions have even happened before. I guess we hunted the dildo into extinction.
Welcome back. First pitch from Grant Holmes right there for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1 righty-righty matchup. Swing. Fouls it away. 0-2. Bo Bichette, the batter, he's off to a pretty good start. He had a tough 2024. Some of it was injuries and others just never finding his groove. But the Blue Jays rejected all trades this offseason. As the 0-2, swing and a miss. Slider got him on the outer edge. Away. Heard the Toronto Blue Jay general manager in the offseason, and he really believed in Bichette's ability to bounce back, and he felt like he wasn't going to get near what he was worth in any kind of a trade. First pitch on the way to Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is a swing and chops it foul. Curveball. It's 0-1. Guerrero 0 for 1. Flew out in the first, but a better description would be crushed one to the wall at the first. The 0-1 swing. That ball's ripped over to short. A leaping catch by Nick Allen. Just in the nick of time, he'll make the catch. 2 away. Probably at the top of his jump, little Nick Allen stuck up his glove and robbed Guerrero what would have been a single. Two down. Anthony Santander came over from Baltimore in free agency, standing at the plate. Curveball just grabs the outer part of the zone. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Santander's grounded out to second his first time up. Here comes the pitch. Swing, lifts it high into left field, drifting over. Making the catch is the Book of Eli, and that'll end the inning. So another 1, 2, 3. You can see the scoreboard. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
People always ask, what's the best way to get through the workday if I have difficult coworkers? And I'm going to share with you the one sentence I use that works every single time. Eat.
I'm very curious. If you live with your mother, what do you do when you have a girl spend the night? Okay, what do you do when you have a guy spend the night?
It's got to be one or the other. A girl! It would be a girl! Look, for your information, I want to move out, but apartments are very expensive. As it is, we pay $750 for a one-bedroom.
A one-bedroom? Where do you sleep? You share a bedroom with your mother?
Twin beds! Twin beds! There's an entire night table between us!
I've played 20 years in big leagues, but I've been a Royal since 1971. So, it's crazy. It's my 52nd year in the organization. That's mind-boggling to me.
30 years after he retired, George Brett's connection with the Royals is as strong as ever. He's been vice president of baseball operations for the club since he hung up his cleats.
You know how they do these things? You
give them money. And anyways, we have one. My family put one in. Thanks for a lifetime of memories, the Brett family. And I don't know where it is.
Dad, can you tell me what you were saying about immigration? Mom said you got in an argument with the lady at the store.
It was nothing. She just was going on about immigration should be open borders and unchecked. And I was trying to explain to her that immigration is like water. Water is good, it's wonderful, it's necessary, it's powerful like immigration, but you can't just have it unchecked. You can't have a flood of water come in. You have to, it'll destroy towns and kill people. You have to take water and channel it and funnel it and control it and organize it, and then it's great. And I was trying to show her that's what was immigration. She didn't like it.
And what'd she say?
She called me a racist.
And what did you say?
I told her I hope she drowns.
Dad, you can't say that. You can't tell someone.
Literally, it was just in the moment of the metaphor. That's all.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way to Nick Allen. Is high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. The 1-0 in the dirt. Ball 2-0. Count. Lefty righty. Standing on deck is the number 9 hitter Eli White, who had a double his first time up. So you got speed right here. The 2-0. Just called for a low strike. That's a close one. Got the benefit of the doubt. 2-1. The 2-1. Swing. Bangs it foul towards the first base side. Up out of play. 2-2. If you missed the news, they haven't officially announced it yet, but they have announced it without announcing it. Spencer Strider should be back on Wednesday. The 2-2. Swing. Bangs it down the right field line. Foul. Do it again. It's what we had guessed on Friday night, but weren't sure if they were going to give him an extra day off in between starts. But it appears he will come back on Wednesday. The 2-2. Swing. That ball's hammered down the right field line. Going back and just foul. That was heading towards the corner. Right fielder down there, Lukes, he was going to have a hard time catching that one. That might have been extra bases. Talked about it earlier, but there's very little room down that right field line before you run into the netting and the walls in that right field and left field corner here at the Rogers Center. Plenty of room. Is the 2-2. Hits it high into the seats once again into right field corner. Do it again. Plenty of room in the infield foul territory and just past the infield on the first and third base side. We'll say about halfway up the line before the stands jet out. The 2-2. Swing! Rips it into left field and another base hit by Nick Allen. He'll get aboard. And here we go again. Good piece of hitting by Allen just in the nick of time. Leads us off with a single. Kid just continues to rake. That'll raise his batting average to .333. And I know he's not your modern day type of leadoff hitter, but I'm telling you right now, I would be tempted until Acuna came back. Especially against left-handers. First pitch on the way to Eli White. Runner goes, throw down to second base, and it looks like he's going to be safe. That was a weird, clunky play. The delivery to the plate and the throw down there as well. It's kind of out of. They almost got Allen on the top of the helmet. He just missed him. Thankfully, he didn't have that growth spurt in high school like most of us had, or he would have been out. The 0-1 to Eli White. Lefty-righty. Turns and delivers in the dirt. 1-1. 1-1 count. Infield is back and to the left, playing White to pull. In the outfield is straight away. The 1-1 inside, 2-1. So you've got a pretty decent hole on the right side. Second baseman Jimenez is creeping back and forth from second base, so Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is over there by his lonesome. The 2-1 pitch brings it in the dirt, 3-1. On deck would be Ozzie Albies at the top of the order. Austin Riley's in the hole. Braves looking to try to break this one open. Leading 4-0 here in the 5th inning. Really give Grant Holmes some breathing room. The 3-1 brings it. 94 misses high, ball 4. So the Book of Eli will head on down to first. First and second, nobody out. And the Wiz coming to the plate. Looks like we're going to get a visit from the pitching coach, Pete Walker, as they are on the horn and the bullpen's getting busy. John Schneider remains in the dugout, so I doubt they're going to make a move here. He's at 74 pitches in the 5th. That's not the concern. The concern is he doesn't have any outs yet, and he's given up 4 runs. And he's about to go back through this lineup for a 3rd time. And that's typically something you want to keep a youngster away from. Ozzie Albies come to the plate from the right side, facing the left-hander. The switch hitter is 0 for 2 today. Popped out to third and popped out to second. Austin Riley, who had a 2-run shot, is standing on deck. Here's the pitch. First pitch on, swung on and lifted into left field. That's going to get down where the green grass grows. Ozzie Albies going to have extra bases, and the Atlanta Braves are going to have extra runs as he rounds first. Heads to second. Book of Eli had to hold up because it looked like Roden, the left fielder, was going to have a chance to make that catch, and he laid out for it. So from the vantage point of Eli White, they played it safe, but the Braves do lead it 5-0. He was sitting dead red. That pitch got way too much of the plate. Tell you what, Roden wasn't too far from one heck of a highlight reel. First pitch on the way to Riley. That ball is blasted deep into the night. That ding dong, that pitch is dead. Yanked and cranked north of the border.
You're my boy, Blue! Blue, you're my boy!
444 happy feet later, your Atlanta Braves have taken an 8-0 lead. Good night, Irene. This feels like 2023. Holy calamity. That ball went flying over the Budweiser sign out there. First pitch on the way is a 4-seam fastball right past Olsen. It's 0-1. Olsen might have been waiting for that ball to land before he swung. The 0-1. Righty-lefty, or lefty-lefty, excuse me. Swing, chops it foul. Kind of corkscrews it down the third base line. 0-2. So an 0-2 count. I think that click-clacked. 2 home runs on the night. 5 RBIs. The 0-2. Hanger, caught looking, strike 3. Olsen knew it. He headed back to the dugout. Went away. He must have been looking for the hard stuff because that ball just floated in there. And what's going to make Olsen maddest about that pitch is that is right in the spot where a hanging sweeper, he normally annihilates that ball. Sean Murphy will see if he can get a second home run standing in. First pitch on the way, lefty-righty, swing, rattles it back, foul, cutter up top on the outer edge. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Braves 8. Blue Jays nothing. The 0-1 right inside. 1-1. 1-1 count. Kicks and fires in the dirt. Ball 2, 2-1. Eight runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Braves. Toronto is scoreless across the board. The 2-1 pops it up. Chased a four-seam fastball out of the zone. That'll go a mile high. Making the catch. He's the right fielder, Lukes. 2 down. Pittsburgh leads Washington 5-0. They're in the 6th. San Francisco continues to hang on against Philly. They're up 6-3 in the 5th. Just as I say that, I think that's Castellanos just hit a home run for Philly to make it 6-4. De La Cruz, the batter. First pitch on the way. Right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Brian De La Cruz 0 for 2 on the day. Lefty-righty. Mets and Twins are scoreless in the second, while the Tigers have a 4-0 lead over Milwaukee in the second inning. The 0-1 foul back. It's 0-2. 0-2 count. Lucas comes set and brings it. Swing, rattles it back. So they were talking about the idea, as A.J. Smith-Shawver was sent down to the minor leagues this weekend, that when he came back, Grant Holmes would probably go into the bullpen. But, and I'll tell you what, he's been pitching pretty well tonight. The 0-2, swing, lifts it into right field, coming over, making the catch is Lukes, and that'll end the inning. But not for your Atlanta Braves. Put 4 more on the board. 3 by Austin Riley, going bonzo here in Toronto.
And there's one over here. Looks like it's holding some water. I think it's time to go.
Today we hop aboard the big train and learn more about one of baseball's best pitchers, Walter Perry Johnson. His sidearm motion made it difficult for right-handed hitters to follow because the ball looked like it was coming out of third base. His record 3,509 strikeouts would stand for more than 55 years before it was surpassed by 3 other Hall of Fame pitchers in 1983. Only Cy Young has won more games than him, and they remain the only pitchers to win 400 or more games. He had 12 20-win seasons, of which 10 of them occurred in a row. Twice he topped 30 wins. He is the all-time leader in shutouts with 110. He also holds the record for most wins in 1-0 games with 38. 65 times during his career he lost because his team failed to score a run. He won the American League MVP twice, which has only been done 3 times in history by a pitcher. He remains the only pitcher in history to pitch 2 40-plus consecutive scoreless innings. His 547 hits are the most by a full-time pitcher, which thanks to the DH will never be broken. He led the league in strikeouts, a major league record 12 times. After all that, where does Walter Johnson rank on your all-time pitchers list?
I think his role has been on George Brett for many, many years to sort of guide the principles of the organization.
We got action.
I think he loves being able to meet people.
And it drives me crazy. I'm trying to watch the game, and here doing backflips and running around yelling and screaming.
He's such an icon in Kansas City. He's everybody's childhood.
You know what they call this room? Pine Tar Production. Perfect. Isn't that what this is? Pine Tar Productions? Pine Tar Collective.
To roam around during the games, to sit with the owner, to hobnob with different sponsors.
Hey, Rusty, how are you? Good to see you.
He's really good at that. I used to tease him and say, "You're Slugger in a blazer." That's basically what he is. He's like their mascot in a blue blazer.
Welcome back. Grant Holmes goes back to work. First pitch on the way. Curveball down and in. Just misses for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Curveball misses down and in again. Ball 2, 2-0. 2-0 count. Righty-lefty matchup. The infield is back into the right. Riley buys lonesome over there around playing shallow short. The 2-0. Inside 3-0. So a lengthy inning offensively for the Braves might have Grant Holmes off his game a little bit. The 3-0 count. Holmes comes set and brings it. Right there. Smacks the black on the inner cut. 3-1. Whatever they do with Holmes tonight, I hope that first sign of trouble, just get him out of there. He's got a good, as the 3-1 smacks it off his instep, 3-2. He's had a good start. I don't want to see him lose any kind of confidence. This is the kind of stuff you need. With an 8-0 lead, you could always put a Jose Suarez out there to eat some innings. He's only at 40 pitches. So I'm not Dr. Dooming him. I'm just saying that I don't want to see them have him go out there and twist in the wind if he starts to struggle. He hasn't gone further than this year, but he really was laboring those first couple of outings. Is the payoff pitch. Just misses outside, ball 4. So he'll head on down to first. Clement will be the batter. That's the first walk of the game, first base runner of the game for the Blue Jays. First pitch on the way, 94, misses high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. Braves 8, Blue Jays 0. The 1-0. Right there, outer edge. 1-1. You'd like to see him be aggressive and not nibble with an 8-run lead. Make them beat you. 1-1 from Grant. Swing, chops it over to third. It's going to be a 5, 4, 3. Rally killing double play. Riley to Ozzie to Olsen. 2 down, just what the doctor ordered. So 2 outs as you clear the deck, and that'll bring Roden, the number 6 hitter, the left fielder, who almost had a phenomenal catch out there in the last inning. Just missed it by inches as he dove down the line. First pitch on the way, swing and a miss. Righty-lefty. His bat, as it came through the zone, knocked his helmet off. I thought we would see it on the screen, but it didn't pick it up. Normally, it shows you that kind of stuff. The 0-1 brings it. Curveball. Doinks in the dirt. 1-1. 1-1 count. Swing and a miss. Cutter. Just under his hands, really acted more like a changeup. Must be pretty chilly there in Minnesota where the Mets are playing. That game is outdoors as opposed to the Braves Blue Jays tonight. They all have sweatshirts under their jerseys. The 1-2's bang foul again. We'll do it again. Grant Holmes is only at 48 pitches. We're sitting here in the 5th inning. The 1-2. Outside wide 2-2. Curveball nowhere near the zone. 2-2 count. He's really had that slider and four-seamer working tonight. The curveball's been kind of hit or miss. When he gets it, hits a spot, it's a good one, but he's missed the zone with it a few times. Wildly. The 2-2. Curveball down and in to go around. They tag him on the belt. And they're going to say he did not go around. Third base umpire Chad Fairchild said that he held up. It looked like he probably did. If he's any relation to Stu Fairchild, he needs to tell his dad to give us a break over here. The payoff pitch. Swing! Bangs it over to first. Olson's got it. Flips it over to Holmes, who stands on the bag. 5 innings through the books. All they've got is a walk. You can do the math for yourself. We're here in Braves country with a good one going.
I play real sports. I'm trying to be the best at exercising. I'm Teddy Powers! I'm the man who has the ball, so that is why I am better than everyone in the world.
I'm not always an anxious person. I mean, as long as the house is clean and I've had enough sleep and I'm not worried about how much money is in my bank account and absolutely nothing is overstimulating me, I'm actually super chill.
December 20th, South Carolina became the first state to secede from the Union in 1860, setting the stage for the Civil War. This was fitting as South Carolina had been at the center of the nullification crisis nearly 30 years earlier when John C. Calhoun and President Andrew Jackson clashed over federal authority and states' rights. The raid on Harper's Ferry by John Brown in 1859 further convinced many Southerners that slavery could only be protected by controlling the federal government. However, at the 1860 Democratic National Convention held in South Carolina, the party fractured over the issue of slavery, splitting into northern and southern factions. This division allowed the presidential race to feature 4 candidates, paving the way for Abraham Lincoln to win with less than a majority of the popular vote. To the south, Lincoln's election meant a loss of control, and South Carolina's secession led to a chain reaction of southern states leaving the Union, forever altering U.S. history. And while the nation plunged into its bloodiest conflict ever, it led to what Lincoln called a new birth of freedom.
The life he's gotten to live, I think he really loves it. And Kansas City's the perfect place for him.
Brett's lived in Kansas City just about as long as he's been a Royal. It's where he still makes his home today, where his family roots feel the strongest.
We try to have dinner every Sunday night. Every Sunday night, usually. We try to.
All the boys live within a couple miles of us, and we try to get together as a family once a week for dinner. We call it family dinner, and usually on a Sunday.
This is a tri-tip. It's a really popular dish in California. Earlier, I got some garlic cloves and sliced them up real thin and got some rosemary. We'll take it to 120, and then we're going to let it breathe a little bit. And we're just going to have some sandwiches tonight. Onions, peppers, we got beans and salad. It's going to be a fun night.
You play for one reason and one reason only, to win. Losing sucks.
Welcome back. Michael Harris II will lead us off. Righty-lefty matchup as Barnes, the right-hander, comes in out of the bullpen. First pitch on the way. 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Outside the zone. It's Jacob Barnes, 7.2 ERA. Limited work this year. The 1-0. Swing, chops it foul. Down the first baseline, just foul. 1-1. So that'll close the books on Easton Lucas, giving up his first earned runs of the year. That'll lift his ERA to 4.7. The 1-1 outside wide, 2-1. He'll finish with 5 innings, 8 earned runs, 6 hits allowed, 4 walks, and just 3 strikeouts. Far cry from his first 2 appearances this year, but he's a youngster and it's part of the learning process. 2-1. Hits the high in the zone for a strike. It's 2-2. These young pitchers have to learn how to pitch when they don't have their best stuff. The 2-2 count. Infield is back and to the right. Here's the pitch. Swing, rattles it foul, 2-2. The 2-2. Barnes comes set. Pitch. Swing. Golfs it into left field. Not very deep and not very high. Making the catch is Roden for out number 1. F7 in your scorecard. One down. Stuart Fairchild, the batter. First pitch on the way, swings and pops that one up high in the sky. Good Lord. 2 down, easy F2 in the scorecard. Now you're up 8-0, but if you're Fairchild, you can't be giving away at bats if you're trying to make this squad later on. So 2 down, and Fairchild to go grab his glove, get himself a drink of Powerade as Nick Allen, who's 1 for 2, stands in. Righty, first pitch, high and inside. It's 1-0. Nick singled his last time up in the 5th inning, stole a base, and then was brought around to score. The 1-0, swing and a miss, 94, 1-1. He's your classic punch and Judy hitter if you haven't had a chance to catch a lot of Braves action this year. Not a guy who's going to light the fences up, but he finds a way to get on and plays good defenses. Pitches in the dirt, 2-1. I wouldn't say he's as slick as Arcia with the glove, but he's pretty darn good. And tell you what, he gives you a solid at bat every time. The 2-1 hit hard on the ground over towards third. That'll be scooped up and flipped over to first, and that'll end the inning. 3 up, 3 down. We head to the bottom of the 6th. The Braves leading 8-0, and that ain't all that's going on if you're looking at the box score.
Use the left lane to keep left to merge onto I-405 south towards
Mother self-righteous hoe bag of a waffle.
Bill Buckner is mostly known for an error he made in Game 6 of the 1986 World Series. Today I'm going to change that, so here is the career of Bill Buckner. Today at Wrigley Field on May 17, 1979, he went 4 for 7 with a career-high 7 RBIs and capped it off with a grand slam off of Tug McGraw. A year later, he won the National League batting title. A year later, he set career highs in RBIs, hits, and doubles. That season, he also set the Major League record for assists in a season with 184, which lasted 25 years. He was a big part of the reason the Red Sox won the American League East in 1986. His 18 home runs were a career high, and for the second year in a row, he topped over 100 RBIs. Despite a rocky start to the American League Championship Series in 1986, he started a rally in Game 5, which led to Dave Henderson's famous home run. Not to mention he went 3 for 6 in the last 2 games of the series to help the Red Sox punch their ticket to the World Series. His 453 career strikeouts in 21 seasons is usually eclipsed by players nowadays in almost 2 seasons. Even though Gold Glove shouldn't be gauged by fielding percentage, his .991 career fielding percentage certainly should have gotten him a Gold Glove or 2 during his career. He is truly underappreciated considering he ranks 66th all-time in hits and doubles, 51st in singles, and 47th in putouts. So let's give Bill Buckner the credit he deserves and remember him for a truly great career.
Our boys are very close in age and they're very close friends and they get along great with their dad.
I hope you're farther than me.
But you've played 10,000 more rounds of golf in your life.
Yeah, but still.
I don't know about that. You play like every day. It's called networking.
We barbecue and watch sports and they have this banter back and forth amongst themselves. They're kind of like a little clan.
A lot of these guys, they get married at 22, 23, they have a kid. First 13 years of his life, you're gone. Probably weighing into my decision to wait and get married and then have the opportunity and the wherewithal and the time to be a part of their lives.
Has anybody ever looked at their wife and been like, damn?
Damn it!
Welcome back. First pitch on the way as we begin the 6th inning is 94 miles an hour right down the pipe to Straw. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Outside wide 1-1. You're just joining us. Grant Holmes has faced the minimum. He did walk a batter, but it was a race with a double play. So the 7, 8, 9 batters are due up here in the 6th inning. The 1-1 just misses outside. 2-1. Braves 8. Blue Jays nothing so far. The scoring came in bunches at the beginning of this game. The 2-1 outside wide. 3-1. Thank you, James. 3-1 pitch, swung on and fouled back. 3-2. Appreciate the donation. So a full count from Holmes. By the way, he is at 56 pitches so far. So pretty good on that front. But how long they would leave him in, that's another question. The payoff pitch, swing, belted. High and deep. This might end it all. Yep, that's going to end the no-hitter. That's going to end the shutout. It's a solo shot by Miles Straw. 8-1 your score. That's the bad news. The good news is the Braves still have a pretty healthy lead. That 95-mile-an-hour fastball got way too much of the plate. By the way Murphy was set up, it was kind of hard to tell where he was looking for him to go, but I believe it was on the outer corner, maybe down. That one went right down Main Street. First pitch on the way is a curveball, misses high. It's 1-0. Braves 8, Blue Jays 1. The 1-0. Inside, just got a piece of it. 1-1. Miles Straw. You might remember him from his days in Cleveland. One point was a pretty highly thought of prospect. One count. Grant Holmes comes set and delivers. Swing, pops it up into the outfield. Coming in, making the running catch is Michael Harris II. Basket catch as he ran at full speed in, calling off Allen, who was also on the play. One away. Tell you what, Allen was out there hustling towards that ball. If for some reason Harris couldn't have got to it, I think Allen actually had a decent chance in that. Would have been a much more difficult play for him to make. It's 6-4 Giants through 6 out there in Philly. First pitch on the way to Heineman. The Heine catcher is outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. 1-0, misses wide, 2-0. Two-0 count. Pitch, 92 up top, 2-1. He's gone four-seam changeup cutter in this at-bat. Righty-lefty matchup as Heineman steps out of the box. The 2-1. Swing! Bangs it foul down the first base line. Evens up the count. Colorado and the Dodgers play later on tonight. You talk about taking something to the slaughterhouse. I mean, if you haven't paid attention to that Colorado offense so far, it's bad. The 2-2 swing and a miss, strike 3, 2 down. 2 down. Mets lead the Twins 1-0, by the way. They're in the 4th inning. I'm telling you, it must be blistering there because everybody on the screen, except for a few guys, not only do they have the long sleeves and the hoodies coming out of their jerseys. It's the first pitch on the way to Bichette, the leadoff hitter for the Blue Jays tonight. He's right there at the knees for a strike. It's 0-1. They're all wearing the turtleneck masks. The 0-1 swung on and fouled back. It's 0-2. Grant Holmes is at 67 pitches. So if he gets out of this, I would tend to think he is going to go back out there for the 7th. And how long of a leash they'll have for him, that's a totally different story. The 0-2. Swung on and fouls it away. I mean, honestly, I would be happy with him stepping out tonight, this being his last inning. Conserve his pitch count and help his psyche going into the next one. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. If that's his last pitch, which it probably isn't, what a beauty. We'll be back in a flash. Eli, the Book of Eli, and then the top of the order are looming for the Braves.
Daddy, can you get me milk?
Yeah, just a minute.
Hey Google, set a timer for 1 minute.
Got it, 1 minute. And that's starting now.
December 21st, 1861, the Medal of Honor was established by Congress and signed into law by President Abraham Lincoln as an award for extraordinary valor during wartime. Initially created for the Navy, it was expanded to include the Army and Marines in 1862 and the Air Force in 1965. The Medal of Honor is distinguished by its unique design, a star-shaped medal featuring Minerva, the goddess of wisdom and war, suspended from a light blue ribbon with 13 stars. The first recipient was Army Private Jacob Parrott, honored in 1863 for his heroism during the Andrews Raid, a daring Civil War mission to disrupt Confederate rail lines. More than 3,500 people have received the Medal of Honor, with only a fraction alive to accept it in person. The U.S. Army leads in recipients. Medal of Honor recipients get a lifelong tax-free pension, access to military medical care, invitations to presidential inaugurations, and burial honors at Arlington National Cemetery.
People often ask, what's the best way to correct a coworker when they've made a mistake? And I'm going to share with you the one sentence I use that works every single time. You f***ed up, bitch!
It was unbelievable. I mean, he was at every Little League game. And it was cool of him because he didn't coach just my team. He was never anybody's head coach. He was always the assistant. And he was just at all 3 of our games all the time. High school games, high school freshman football games, wrestling tournaments. If we had an event, he was in town, he was there. Did anybody check the tri-tip?
Last time I checked, it was me. Oh, it's done. It's done, boys.
What's it at?
1:30.
Let it rest.
7.
Did you burn it?
To be a part of their lives and have dinner with them and cook out with them, and yeah, it's been good. It's been really a lot of fun. Cheers to my family. I love you. I really do. Thanks for all the memories.
I grew up watching Chipper Jones play. Who's the greatest switch hitter of all time?
First pitch on the way to the Book of Eli is a 4-seam fastball well out of the zone. It's right there, called for a strike, I guess. It's 0-1. That was right on the edge. If that. The 0-1. Swung on, lifted into right field. Coming in, making the running catch is Lukes, the right fielder. 1 away. 7th inning. Fairly quick ball game. This game started about an hour and a half ago. Ozzie Albies will be your batter. Righty-lefty from the open stance. First pitch on the way, 94. This is outside for a ball. It's 1-0. Barnes in the 2nd inning of relief work. 1-0. Right there for a strike. 1-1. 1-1 count. Pitch on the way. Swing. Hammers it over to first. On the ground, but making the play is Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He will flip it to Barnes, the pitcher, covering the bag. 2 down. Two away, and Austin Riley, the man of the hour tonight, 2 home runs, 5 RBI, a 2-run shot, a 3-run shot. First pitch on the way is a cutter down and away. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Barnes brings it, swing, knocks it over to second. That's going to be an easy ground out. 4-3 on the putout, and that'll end the inning. 3 up, 3 down. That's the bad news. The good news is 7th inning stretch, Braves country. We got a 7-run lead. Welcome back. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. blasts the first pitch he sees high and deep into center field. Coming over, making the catch is Michael Harris for a loud out, number 1. Second one he's hit hard tonight. Actually, the third one, if you count the one that Nick Allen caught at the top of his jump to keep it from going in for a base hit. He's hit all 3 balls right on the screws. Just hasn't got enough distance on 2 of them. The other one was an atom ball. You know he's feeling the pressure. He wants to knock one out after signing that big deal in front of the home fans. First pitch on the way is a 4-seam fastball right there to Santander. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Swing, pops it up. High in the sky. Who wants it? Fairchild gets it. F9 your scorecard. 2 away. I wish y'all were seeing what I was saying. I got to change it. So I keep a second screen on the 3D for myself so I can see what's going on in certain plays. And one of the views was going kooky dukes, and it looked like the 2 of the umpires were breakdancing in the middle of it. First pitch on the way to Jimenez is a 4-seam fastball off the plate. It's 1-0. 1-0. comes set, kicks and fires, swing and a miss, 94-mile-an-hour fastball, 1-1. 1-1 count. Jimenez 0 for 1. 0 for 1 with the walk. Pitch on the way is dragged foul. First base side, 1-2. So a 1-2 count. Had a frog in my throat. Holmes steps off the mound for a second. Braves lead at 8-1. The 1-2. Swing, chops it over towards short. Riley's playing over there. He'll make the play. 5-3 on the putout, and that'll end the inning. 1, 2, 3. 3 up, 3 down. Grant Holmes is doing it, baby. It might be his last inning. If it is, wow.
I play real sports, not trying to be the best at exercising. I'm Teddy Powers! I'm the man who has the ball, so that is why I am better than everyone in the world.
How can you fit 4 women on a bar stool?
You better not be putting 4 women on a bar stool.
It's a.
How the hell are you gonna?
How can you fit 4 women on a bar stool? It's real simple.
You can't unless they're like Barbie dolls or something.
No, average sized women. How can you fit 4 women on a bar stool?
No, just tell me.
You flip it over. You flip over the bar stool.
Hey! That's horrible. No. I'm supposed to be the dirty one.
I'll pay you $5 if you eat that.
What?
The cheese you just dropped. Eat it and earn yourself 5 smackaroos.
No, thanks.
10.
No.
20?
We have the same bank account. If I want to get $20 from you, I'll go to the ATM. I don't need to eat dirty cheese.
True, but I got a 20 right here. You can have it right now. Buy yourself a new brassiere.
Awful tempting, but still a no.
You give me 20 if I eat it?
No!
10.
No!
5? That's a bargain! You're not gonna find anybody to eat dirty cheese for under $5.
I don't care. I have no desire to pay or be paid to eat dirty cheese.
You take no joy in life, do you?
Memories are what surround George Brett everywhere he goes. And you've had as many good ones as he has. They're almost like best friends. But there are also other things he still remembers, like his relationship with the father, who never quite seemed to embrace him.
I woke up one day, it was crazy. I told my wife this. I woke up one day, it was about 6 months ago. And I said, you know what? My dad was really an asshole. Before, I would always cry thinking about him. No, I'm not going to cry about him. He was a bad dad. He was a bad father and a bad dad.
He just had this awakening one day to where he just decided he wasn't gonna make things up about his dad anymore. He wasn't that nice of a man.
I have a lot of friends that were pretty good athletes, never made it. Maybe they didn't have the drive I had to please their father. And then to be the most successful one in the family, I think that's part of the reason why.
Deep down in his mind, he wanted to prove his dad wrong. And I think he did.
Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the country club today. Welcome back. Yariel Rodriguez, the pitcher. Jameson, I told you. Jason gonna get you on that one. Rodriguez comes in with his 8.44 ERA, righty-lefty matchup. Matt Olson stands in. First pitch on the way. Swing, fouls it away. It's 0-1. The 0-1 from Rodriguez. Kicks and fires, swing, and that ball is lined into left field, but right at the left fielder road, and he'll make the catch. One away. One out, nobody on. Sean Murphy will climb back in the box. Murphy's been on a tear, 4 home runs since he came back on Tuesday night. First pitch on the way, 97 up top, misses high, it's 1-0. And obviously he won't stay on this tear, but it sure is good to see him get into that groove. 1-0. kicks and fires. 97 misses wide. 2-0. Sean Murphy 1 for 3 with another home run. Batting .273 since he's come back. The 2-0. Swing. Slaps that back foul to 1. So a 2-1 count. 8-1 is your score. Here's the pitch. Inside that, get him. That got him. Another hit by pitch. Where'd it get him this time? He's holding his hand. That is the last thing he needs. It's unbelievable. I want to say it was his right hand. Waiting for the replay. As the Braves training staff is out there checking on him. They're checking it is his right arm. He appears to be okay, but that doesn't mean anything. I'd be willing to bet, considering the score, Baldwin's going to come out and catch next to him. Pitch, got him right above the elbow on the right arm. It's amazing he doesn't wear any kind of protective gear on that arm. Many times he's been hit by pitches. Really is dumbfounding. First pitch on the way to De La Cruz is right down the pipe for a strike. It's on 1. The 0-1. Right there for a strike, 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Of course, we thought Ozuna was going to be fine, and then he missed today's game. So you can't go by the fact that he's standing on first base. The 0-2 misses outside wide, 1-2. In fact, the game that knocked him out when he broke his ribs, we were calling the game here, and he stayed in the game and ran the bases, and then we never saw him again until last week. The 1-2 pops it up. Underneath that pitch, high in the sky, coming in is the right fielder, Lukes. 2 away. 2 down. That'll bring Michael Harris the second to the plate. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way to Harris is inside, 95-mile-an-hour fastball. It's 1-0. Harris 0 for 2. The 1-0. Dropped a slider at the knees. 1-1. Harris walked his first time up and then grounded out and flew out. The 1-1. Swing. Chops it over to second. Easy 4-3 put out. That'll make it 0 for 3. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th. The Braves lead it 8-1. Will Holmes come back out?
Okay, who's your hall pass?
Diplo.
What is a Diplo, first of all?
He's a DJ.
Diplo, that's the guy?
Yeah.
Is it a guy, first of all? Is that a thing?
Yes, Diplo, he's a guy. He's a DJ and he has these tattoos and he's don't worry about it. But who's
Gross.
your hall pass?
Your friend Brooke.
That's not how this works. You can't name someone in real life that you could actually have access to.
Why not?
Wait, my friend Brooke? Are you serious?
She's cute.
She comes over all the time. You cannot say that she's a hall pass.
Why not?
Because that's not how this game works. You're
What do you
supposed to
mean?
pick a celebrity, like pick like Margot Robbie or Megan Fox or like anyone else. My friend Brooke?
Yeah.
Even if you get the sense that George Brett is as happy as ever right where he is, he'll always be part of the history of baseball and Kansas City. He'll always be the star of one of the best stories the game has ever told.
What he did here will always remain just like a movie reel in my mind. Just, turn it on again and let it roll.
Here's third baseman George Brett.
High drive, hit the right field. It's gone.
When you play as long as he did and do the things that he did, I really just helped put the Royals on the map. I think these are things that people remember.
Well, he is. He's out. Yes, sir. Brett is out. Look at this. Brett is out. And team is back.
George Brett is the Royals. He did everything you could ever want to do as a baseball player in Kansas City and his whole career. So, in my opinion, George Brett is the Royals.
I don't imagine his legacy is going to fade. George is just a name that is going to live, I think, forever in Kansas City.
Number 3,000 for one of the great players of all time, George Brett. Number 5 of the Kansas City Royals.
It was a fun run. If I had to do it over again, I would do it exactly the same way.
Hey, I don't know who need to hear this. Hey, if you don't like America, go to another country. I love this country. I protect it.
Welcome back to Braves Country Radio. Grant Holmes goes back out there for another inning of work. First pitch on the way is popped up. Back behind home plate. It'll bend out of the stands. 0-1. Holmes creeping up on 80 pitches. More importantly, his 8th inning of work. The infield is back and to the left. Smurf sits out wide, the 0-1. Misses wide, 1-1 count. Pitch on the way. Swing. Bangs it over towards third. Line drive into the glove. Hard hit. But thankfully, Riley was right there, one away. L5 in your scorecard. One down. First pitch on the way to Roden, the number 6 hitter, is a slider. Right there for a strike on the outer edge. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Inside. 1-1. So 1-1 count. Grant Holmes comes set. 95 just misses inside. Ball 2, 2-1. Fairly empty stadium here in Toronto. The 2-1 pitch. 86. What chance they had of getting that call went out the window. Smurf dropped the ball on the frame. 3-1. Three-1 count. Holmes. Swing. That ball's banged down the third base line, and that'll be at least one base. He'll slam on the brakes at first. Turn the corner. Good play by Eli White to keep him close by. 1 on, 1 out. Holmes definitely looks gassed. That pitch was nowhere near the zone. It stayed fair for a base hit, so it doesn't really matter, but he was bailed out by that swing because that pitch was nowhere near the zone. First pitch on the way to Straw is 93 right down the pipe. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Holmes comes set. Swing. That ball's rifled foul. 0-2. 0-2 count. Standing on deck is the number 8 hitter, Lukes. Braves lead at 8-1. You'd like to see Holmes leave on a high note. The 0-2. Chop swing foul. Slider outer edge. Do it again. Guy who could use a boost of confidence and take that into the next start. You just hate to see him give up a bunch of runs at the end and ruin this outing. The 0-2. Nowhere near the zone 1 and 2. He is on fumes. You can see it in his face. 1-2 count. Pitch on the way. Did he go around? He did not. 2-2. Schwellenbach, your pitcher tomorrow night. Pitch on the way, nowhere near the zone. Ball 3. So his second consecutive full count. Pitch nowhere near the zone, ball 4. So just like I mentioned a couple of batters ago, he has ran out of gas. And they are letting him dangle in the wind out there. Aaron Bummer's warming up, but he just looked like he just got up. He's thrown 15 pitches already in this inning. He's at 92, and Krantz is coming out there finally. He's going to waddle out there and talk to him. But all in all, this could have been avoided. Krantz out there just basically giving him a boost of confidence, but probably just to catch his breath as he's out there laboring. Braves lead at 8-1. The out-of-town scoreboard looks like this, if I can ever get it to load. Nats trailed the Pirates 9-3 in the 8th. Giants 8-4 of the Phillies in the 8th. First pitch on the way, swing and a miss. Lukes came out of his shoes on that one. It's 0-1. Rays 15-1 over the Red Sox. They're in the 6th inning. Yankees 4-1 over the Royals. Tigers 9-0 over the Brewers. Chopped over towards second. Ozzy's got it. He'll get the force out at second base, but that's it. So it'll be a 4-6 put out. Lukes will head down to first on a fielder's choice. You'll have runners on the corners and 2 outs. Finish up that out-of-town scoreboard real quick. Tigers 9-0 over the Brewers in the 6th. Mets 1-0 over the Twins in the 5th. Astros trail the Cardinals 4-0 in the 6th. Later on tonight, you got the Cubs at the Padres. That's a good one at 9:40. Here comes Snicker finally to get Holmes. He looks absolutely exhausted. He hands him the ball and says, "Where have you been, son?" We'll be back in a flash. On this date in 1910, at American League Park in Washington, D.C., United States President William Taft becomes the first sitting U.S. president to throw out the ceremonial first pitch. The chief executive stays to see a great game. And the Washington Senators, led by big train Walter Johnson, hits the Philadelphia A's in the season opener. On this date, 1917, Chicago White Sox hurler Eddie Cicotti, who will become better known as one of the 8 players permanently banned from Major League Baseball due to the allegations of the Black Sox scandal in the 1919 World Series, no-hits the St. Louis Browns. The 33-year-old, called Knuckles by his teammates, will finish the season with a 28-12 record and a 1.53 ERA, leading the league in victories and ERA while winning the game 11-0. And on this date in 1960, Bill Mazeroski hits the first home run of the Major League season at Forbes Field, going deep in the bottom of the second of the Pittsburgh Pirates' 13-0 rout of the Cincinnati Reds. The Pirates' second baseman will also hit the last homer of the season at the historic Pittsburgh ballpark, ending the Major League season with a dramatic 9th-inning walk-off blast that beat the Yankees in Game 7 of the World Series, the first walk-off home run to end the World Series. Find us on YouTube and Facebook today. Welcome back. Grant Holmes, 7 2/3, 2 hits, 1 run, but he is responsible for the 2 on. First pitch from Bummer swung on and roasted down the left field line. That is going to be a fair ball. First pitch, here comes a run. Eli White takes forever to get to the ball. Here comes the throw, and a bad camera work angle will make it 8-3 is what we're seeing. And bad job by that coaching staff once again of your Atlanta Braves. They left Holmes in way too long. Now it's an 8-3 game, and you got yourselves a ball game. Aaron Bummer, first pitch, coming off the bereavement list of all the people to bring in. He just lays one in there, and it gets smoked down the line. So 8-3 your score, 2 outs here in the 8th. Bo Bichette in the top of the order now. First pitch on the way is up top for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2. 0-2 count. Standing on deck, by the way, is Vladimir Guerrero Jr., and then it'd be Santander. This could get real hairy real quick. The Bummer can't get out of this mess. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got out of it, thankfully, and that'll end the inning. But not before the Blue Jays climb back into it. It's now just a 5-run game. We head to the top of the 9th, Braves country.
You remember when you were over here filming for the documentary, and then you said, George, go over and talk to your kids for 10 minutes. We want to get some video, and then I'll cook these 2 tri-tips, and they were well done. If I wouldn't have had to do that, just look at that. Is that perfect or what? Look at that. You ruined my dinner, James, by making me talk to my kids, and they're here right now. I talk to them all the time.
A ball and a strike to Brett. Well hit, deep right. If it stays fair, the Royals are in front. And they are. Home run Brett. Slaps it. Brett makes a fine play and comes home. What a play! Yeah, you can smile, George. Why not? Over in the National League, Steve Garvey has 8 homers in league championship play. That's the overall record. Brett is right behind with 7, and Reggie Jackson has hit 6. That's in the playoffs as distinct from the World Series. Maybe this guy is the new Mr. October. 348 lifetime in league championship series play. Well hit to right again. Is this number 2? Off the wall, off the top of the wall. At least a double, and he'll stop there. He missed number 2 by inches. Alexander has to come to him in this situation. Wilson at first, nobody out. Well hit to left center. Back goes Mosby, along with Bell. Forget it! Home run Brett!
It all starts with the table setters. Who's the greatest leadoff hitter of all time?
First pitch on the way to Stuart Fairchild is right there at the knees for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Righty. Rodriguez still in there. Pitch outside wide. 1-1. 1-1 count. Pitch on the way to Fairchild. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Just a much better feeling if Holmes leaves that game after the 7th inning, like I was saying, and now he's given up 3 and leaves on a sour note, and that's not what you want when you're trying to build confidence in a young guy. The 1-2. Inside 2-2. 2-2 count. Getting greedy always costs this team. When they try to squeeze that extra inning out of a guy, it always seems to bite him in the rear. The 2-2, swing, lifts it into center field. Easy fly ball out into center field. Miles Straws with the catch. F8 in your scorecard, one away. And to top it off, you took him into the mid-90s on his pitch count. And if you wanted to skip Bryce Elder this week on the rotation, you could. And pulling him with 80 pitches really makes a big difference if you were to do that. First pitch on the way to Allen is swung on. That ball is dropped over towards second, and it's going to be a 4-3 put out. Good hustle by Allen down the line, but he'll be out by about a step, 2 down. He ends up with 3 earned runs. Still technically a quality start, but it just doesn't have the same feel if you're walking out of there with 7 and 1 earned. 4 strikeouts, 2 walks, and 2 hits. All in all, a solid game. First pitch on the way is outside wide to Eli White. It's 1-0. It's really not his fault that he was left in there. That was just bad management. The 1-0 count. Delivers, swing, rips it down the third base line. Just foul. That ball was just foul of the third base line. It probably would have been extra bases if it stays just about a foot to the right. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. 96, right by him, 1-2. Mets and Twins are tied at 1 in the bottom of the 5th. The Twins are batting with the runner in scoring position. San Francisco leads Philly 8-4 in the 9th. The 1-2. Oh, looking strike 3. Not sure what he was waiting on. Must have been a train ticket. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country. See if we can get the final 3 outs here in Toronto.
Don't be jealous that I've been chatting online with babes all day. Besides, we both know I'm training to become a cage fighter.
Jacksonville. The community. Duval.
What the f*** was that? Oh, we're losing every game next year. I see it. We losing every game. He's running. I gotta get back to Jacksonville. I need to talk to somebody.
Over my dead body will she feel good about herself. Over my dead body will she have good self-esteem. How dare she? How dare she? Not on my watch. As God is my witness, she will never, ever feel good about herself online. Not today, not ever.
Was that your thought process when you wrote your comment?
I don't know what's more impressive, the fact that my coworkers can do the same thing every day and still mess it up, or that they can mess up every day and still have a job.
He's not in the Hall of Fame as an announcer because he's funny. He calls a game as good as anybody.
It is indeed an honor for me, personally, to present to my friend Bob Uecker the Fort C. Frick Award.
They told me that I was going to go in, and they asked me about doing something, right? Get up there and do my thing, right? I said, well, how long do I have? You know, tell me how long I have. Maybe 6-7 minutes. I said, I can't work like that. I can't do that. He said, what do you need? I said, 15 minutes. I can, I'll do something in 15 minutes.
My first sport was 8th grade basketball, and my dad didn't want to buy me the supporter, Johnny, to do the job. So my mother made me one. Out of a flour sack.
Look, I'm a good woman and I love Jesus, but honey, I'm still crazy, so please be careful whenever you address me.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way to Vladimir Guerrero Jr., who's hit 3 hard balls tonight. He's 0 for 3. Takes the first pitch down and in. It's 1-0. Aaron Bummer back to work. The 1-0 swing. That ball's belted deep into right field. Going back, making the catch is Fairchild just before the warning track. One away. One down. Anthony Santander will flip over to the right side of the plate. Switch hitting power hitter. Signed a deal in the offseason to come over from Baltimore. Pitch on the way. 92 sinker up top. It's on 1. The 0-1. Bummer brings it. 92 misses high. 1. The 1-1 count. Swing, that ball's rifled towards the right field corner. That's going to get down for a base hit. It's off the wall, going around first, heading to second, and it's going to be a double. A Santander dives into second base head first. The Blue Jays have 1 on, 1 out, trailing by 5. Third double of the season for Santander. First pitch on the way, lefty-lefty matchup, sweeper right down the pipe for a strike. It's 0-1. Jimenez, the batter from the left-hand side. He has 3 home runs already on the year. Iglesias is now having to get warmed up. The 0-1 swing, fouls it away. 0-2. This all goes back to them getting greedy in that 8th inning, trying to send Holmes back out there. To send a fresh arm out there in the 8th, you're probably still up 8-1, and you're probably not having to get your closer up in a game that he never should have been standing for. The 0-2. Fouled back. We'll do it again. It's an 0-2 count. Bummer, his 13th pitch of the outing. Down and away, 1-2. Giants now lead Philly 9-4 in the 9th. It's 1-1, New York and the Twins. They are in the 6th. 1-2. Swing, chops it over to second. Ozzy's got it, flips it to first. It's a 4-3 put out, 2 away. Two down. Blue Jays down to their last out. Iglesias still warming up in the bullpen. Here's the first pitch. Curveball outside for a strike. It's on 1. Wasn't warming up vigorously, but whether or not that would prevent him to be used down the road because of this, you never know. The 0-1 swung on, chopped foul. We'll do it again. Same 2 teams back at it tomorrow night. Spencer Schwellenbach Day. Spencer Strider Day. Wednesday afternoon, 1:07 first pitch. The 0-2. Chops it foul down the line. We'll do it again. (0-2) count. 2 home runs by Riley, 1 by Smurf tonight. The 0-2. Slice foul down the line. We'll do it. Do it again. The 0-2. Curveball misses wide. 1-2. Clement 0 for 3 on the night. Bummer. Now about to throw his 20th pitch. 0-2. Swing, rips it into left field. That's down for a base hit. 1 run will score, and the lead has been cut in half. It's now 8-4. So 2 bloops and a blast, and the Blue Jays are back in it. That pitch was right on the inner cut. He did not miss it. Clement was standing a little bit off the plate and was playing to pull. That pitch kind of went right in his wheelhouse. Left-handed bat now. Roden comes to the plate. First pitch on the way. Swung on and fouled back. It's 0-1. Lacey's still warming up, so that's not a great sign. The 0-1. Swung on, chop foul. It's 0-2. Blue Jays once again down to their last strike. And he is fully warming up, so this will probably cost his availability at some point. They do keep tabs on that and mark those down as usage. The 0-2. Swing, chops it foul. We'll do it again. Braves 8. Blue Jays 4. Bottom of the 9th. The Mets have just taken a 2-1 lead. They're in the 6th inning there. The 0-2. Kicks and fires. High and out of the zone, 1-2. 93-mile-an-hour fastball. Braves needing 1 more out. Pitch on the way. Swing. Fouls it down the third base side. Riley giving chase. He dives into the nets. Does he make the catch? He does make the catch. Are they calling it out? Now are they going to say it went off the netting? He makes the catch, but it rolled off the net just before it hit his glove. Looking at the replay. Oh, yeah. Never mind. The ball actually landed behind him just before he could get there. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that'll end the game. Poorly managed at the end the last couple innings, but a big win for your Atlanta Braves. Braves win. Braves win. Your Atlanta Braves win. Whiskey for my men. Beer for my horses. I think without a doubt, the game ball goes to Austin Riley. 2 home runs, 5 RBI. They hadn't left Grant Holmes in so long you would have had an argument for him, but they did. Game ball sure doesn't go to Snicker, does it? Braves win one they really needed to get this W. They go to 5-11 on the year. They go to see tomorrow if they can maybe get their first series win on the road, with Spencer Schwellenbach going to the bump. And Wednesday, it's Spencer Strider Day. So Spencer for hire the next 2 nights, or the next 2 games. We'll see you tomorrow night, 7:07 first pitch.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
It is the American game. That's just what it is. And actually, I can feel like I'm 15 when I'm talking baseball. I'm watching baseball. This is it. It does this. It can do this to any. It brings you back